Hello, friends. It has been a very long time. I am coming to you in a different setting. There's still Conan interrupting things, though. Orange Boy's still here. Go on, buddy. Oh, yeah. Oh, great. He's just going to sit in the window behind me this whole time. I am coming to you from a different location. I have moved. Many life changes have happened since I last shared things with you, and also nothing has changed. I'm no longer living in Taos, New Mexico. I am now living in Santa Fe, New Mexico. It's about an hour and a half south of where I was, so it's not a huge move, but it is a bigger city, which most people, if they have been to Santa Fe or lived here or anything, would not call this a big city. It's a really small city as far as cities are concerned. I looked up the population the other day. I think it's like 90,000 people, so it's not huge. It's under 100,000 people. I ended up moving really for personal reasons. I've been in Taos for 8 years, and it's a great town, and I really did have, some good community and good friends there. My dad lives there. So I always have a reason to pop back up, and it's a quick drive. I can just go up for the day. I used to come down to Santa Fe for the day all the time, so now it's just going in the opposite direction. But yes, I am hoping that there's just more opportunities and more avenues open up in front of me down here in Santa Fe. That is the goal. I'm getting settled. I've been here about a month. And yeah, I still have some unpacking to do. I do not have a couch. I've just been sitting in a camp chair, and I'm getting really sick of that. I have bought a couch, and it is being delivered next week. I'm very, very excited to be able to sit cross-legged on my couch and knit and watch TV. Now that I'm getting settled, though, I am really wanting to get back into knitting, and I'm kind of having to force myself a little bit. I'm ready for fall. I can feel myself being ready for fall, and the things that I'm working on right now are things that I want to wear. I can feel myself not really wanting to be working on them. I'm still not feeling my knitting mojo coming back yet. But I'm working on these things because I want to wear the things. I'm not really excited about working on it, which is kind of weird and unlike me. But hey, life changes and moving will do some weird stuff. This is a linen wool blend yarn that I'm working with. I just pulled out like a big linen fiber. It's funny. Anyway, yeah, so I am trying to get back into it, get back into the groove, get my mojo back, and start knitting more things, sewing more things, crafting more things. I want to craft all the things. It's just getting myself to do it right now. It's a little bit of a challenge. So, I don't know if I should go chronologically forward or backwards. Maybe I'll go backwards. Well, I'll show you the thing that I am working on right now. Oh, and I don't remember the name of this top. I can look it up though. It's right here. I have my computer right here. And I have Ravelry already up. What do you know? Oh, unfortunately, I did not actually add this into my projects. Hopefully it's in my queue, is it? It is not. Gosh, I'm just like looking at my queue and I'm like, oh right, I was gonna knit that. I forgot about that. Oops. Okay, let's try and figure this out. Hopefully I still have it starred. Yes, I do. All right, cast on project. There we go. This is the Sophorine. I never would have remembered that. Sophorine by Audrey Borrego. It actually has an option in the pattern for either sleeveless or a sleeved top. My intention was to do it sleeveless just to make a tank top, but I'm gonna have a lot of extra yarn, so I don't know, maybe I will do sleeves in the end. To be determined. The yarn that I'm using for this tank top, or a short sleeve top, I'm not sure which, is this Rosarios 4. It is a Portuguese yarn. Alvor eco-friendly collection. It is 50% linen and 50% wool. And yeah, it's got a nice feel to it. It doesn't feel super stiff or super scratchy. It feels pretty soft. I think it should be okay just against my skin. I don't think I'm gonna have to wear like a camisole underneath it or anything. But there is quite a bit of like little linen bits, see, that kind of stick out and come out of the yarn sometimes. Yeah. So I don't know, that might be more of an issue. I'm kind of concerned that the linen is gonna be scratchier than the wool content, like on my stomach, like sensitive areas, you know? But we'll see. It is fingering weight, although it seems pretty plump for a fingering, but it doesn't bloom a whole lot because of that linen content. So I picked this up when I was on a trip earlier this summer. Per the usual, I was bored and depressed in Taos, so I booked a trip. That's kind of what I did about every 6 months because otherwise I would go crazy. Although I love booking a trip every 6 months, it does get kind of expensive. So I'm not going to be able to do that living down here in Santa Fe because Santa Fe itself is quite a bit more expensive than Taos. But there's more to do here. There's more people to meet. It's going to be better. It's going to be better, right? It's going to be better. Just tell me it's going to be better. Anyway, I took a trip out to the East Coast. I flew up into Boston and I spent a couple of days in Boston by myself, wandering around, went to a comedy show. It was really fun. And then I took the bus up to Portland, Maine, where I had some old friends, and went and saw them and stayed with my old friends in Portland, Maine. I knew them when they lived in Portland, Oregon, so from Portland to Portland. And that was really great to be able to see old friends. I hadn't seen them in like 13 years or something. It's wild. And also, I happened to have a knitting friend in Portland, Maine, who was in my knit group in Taos. So we met up one day and she took me to all the yarn shops and I picked up this. I wanted the color. I saw the color and I was like, I need a tank top in that color. I was just like, done. Pick it up. It's happening. Yardage on this, what does it say? 339 yards. Yeah, so that is pretty for 100 grams. I mean, I guess the linen is probably heavier too, so that would account for that. So anyway, I picked up 3 balls is my point. So that means I have like just about 1,000 yards, just a little bit over 1,000 yards. And I was like, that should cover me for any top I want to make. Well, I'm still not even done with the first ball yet. And I'm already like through the top. I'm just like, oh, I'm like not even gonna use 2 balls of yarn on this whole thing, probably. I'm gonna have like an entire ball left over. So I'm on the fence about the sleeves. Unless I can think of something else to do with one skein of a wool linen blend in like a poppy red. I don't know. Time shall determine. Yeah, so this is a pattern by Audrey Borrego. She is a French designer. It's actually the first thing I've ever knit from her. I've always really loved her patterns, but I've just never gotten around to casting anything on. And I really just wanted a nice, simple red top, poppy red top, with good finishing details, and that's exactly what this is. So I have made a few modifications, mostly based on my gauge, which was slightly off. So my gauge is more condensed than the pattern recommends. So what I ended up doing was I cast on the suggested number of stitches because I actually wanted the straps to be just a little bit thinner than in the pattern photos because it seemed just a little bit thick, a little bit wide in some of the project photos. And I was like, I just want it to be a little bit narrower. I still want a nice wide strap that's like gonna cover bra straps and anything like that. You know, and this is stuck in it, so it's curling a little bit. And then you'll get some ribbing on either side. So it's gonna be quite a significant strap. You know, I mean, it's the same proportions. If I want to pick up and add a sleeve, it's gonna work. So it's not like cut really far in or anything. Yeah, so I stuck with the same number of cast on stitches so that my straps will be just a smidge narrower. And I added in extra increases going down the front edge here. So I just started the increases early, essentially. You were supposed to knit straight for until, I don't know, like down here or something. I added in like 4 extra increases on both sides. So that's an extra 8 stitches. So that was just my quick fix to just add a little bit extra width around the body, but not have to affect my cast on cap. Just added extra increases along the V-neck. And yeah. And this pattern does have optional bust shaping. I'm just seeing a weird stitch. It's just because it's the linen in the yarn. Like sometimes these stitches end up looking a little bit uneven. I'm hoping that blocking helps with that. I noticed that a lot with these linen blend yarns. I did a top in the Knitting for Olive cotton merino, which I loved the process of knitting with that yarn. It was like really comfortable to knit with. But I feel like the finished fabric just shows everything. Like I've got German short rows in that pattern. I have German short rows in this one too. In the Knitting for Olive that I made, you can totally see the short row turns. And it's like German short rows are invisible most of the time. Like you cannot see them, but that yarn just shows everything. Anyway, side note, I'm not a fan of Knitting for Olive cotton merino. Come at me. I don't think I'm gonna have that problem with this yarn because there is more color variation in this. The Knitting for Olive is a very flat color, very, very even color. So it does just kind of show those little foibles a little bit more. But I think with the sort of heathered color variation in this yarn, it'll be fine. So this pattern does have optional bust shaping, which I have done. I knit my short rows this morning for the bust shaping, and now I am just into stockinette Foreverland. And it's taking me longer than I anticipated because I was like, oh, this will be great. I cast this on, I don't know, last week, I think, when it was still very hot outside. And I was like, oh, this will take like 2 weeks to knit. It's just a little tank top, like easy peasy, quick summer project. Except that I'm knitting this on size US 3 needles, which is 3.25 millimeters. So it's pretty fine. It's not going as quickly as I had anticipated. And this week the weather has cooled down. So I'm really hopeful that I can still finish this in another couple weeks because I will need to pick up and do a twisted rib around the neckline and around the armholes, unless I decide to put sleeves on it, which I probably, now that I'm talking through this out loud, I probably will put sleeves on it because by the time I actually finish this, it's gonna be mid-September. And I'm gonna say, do you wanna pick up and do twisted rib all the way around both of these armholes? Or do you just wanna knit some sleeves? And I will probably say, I'll just knit some sleeves and then it'll be, you know, more of like a fall piece, right? I mean, knit at this I don't wanna say firm of a gauge because it's not really firm, but it is a solid fabric. It's an opaque fabric, which is why I liked it. I didn't want to change my needle size when I figured I was off gauge a little bit, because I liked the fabric. I felt like if I went up a needle size, it would just start to get too airy and too open, and I didn't want to have to wear something underneath it, you know? So yeah, I'm knitting this on size 3, and I have a lot of stockinette to go. So this needs to start just like going with me in my bag so I can actually knit when I'm out places or hanging out with friends or something. I need to get back into that habit. I've been really bad about that. So this is project number 1. I really cast it on with the intention of bringing my mojo back. And it's not back, but I'm getting through it. When I finish something, maybe when I finish something. Oops. Yeah, and right now I'm just carrying this around in this cute little Knit Picks tote bag that I got once. That, you know, I live in the Southwest, so I was like, oh my God, I have to. It's a little yarn cacti. It's so cute. Okay, next up, something else I've been putting some work into lately. This is my tuku sweater from Sasky & Co., formerly the Petite Knitter. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have knit this twice. If you are a longtime watcher, you may remember me frogging this entire thing because it was way too big. My gauge lied. I went into a lot of detail about it. I frogged the entire thing. I cast on like 2 or 3 sizes smaller, and the body is done. I have tried it on. It fits amazing. It's so worth it to rip this out and reknit the thing. Yeah. Oh my God, this is gonna be so good. So now I've just got the sleeves. Yeah. Should I try it on? Should I try it on? I want to try it on. I know I'm not gonna pull anything out of the holders or anything. It fits so well. Oh my gosh. Ooh, turtleneck. Oh, hello. Turtleneck in the summer. Yeah. So when I first made this, I legit had like 12 inches too much fabric around the yoke. It was like bunched up like this. It was insane. So I will say my gauge swatch lied. It was partly my fault because I'm trying to use worsted weight yarn and a DK weight pattern. And I was trying to adjust for gauge, and it just kind of went off the rails. It really went off the rails. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be so good once it's done. I'm really excited. Such fun color work to knit, like very enjoyable. I loved knitting it the second time around just as much as the first, which is wild. Oh, and I'm carrying this around in this cute William Morris tote bag that I got at Powell's Books when I was up in Portland last time. I also bought this yarn when I was up in Portland last time, the Oregon Portland, not the Maine Portland. And I was up there, gosh, when was that? In the spring of 24 is whenever I bought this yarn. And I bought it with the intention of doing a colorwork sweater. I'm gonna need to take this off. It's quite warm. And it is Gilead, which is also a Portuguese. No, it's not Portuguese. This is French. French yarn. And the orange is this color Potimarron? I don't know how you say that. And the color work is in this really pale pink. It's called Quartz. That is just so pretty. Oh, there's hair all over this. It's clearly like rolled across the floor at some point. Oh, I love this color. Yeah, you can really see it more in this one. There's like gray wool mixed in with the white wool, which is giving it the heathered effect. Oh, this is a mess. Yeah, really, really pretty. Okay, yeah, this is coming off. I'm starting to sweat. I did make some modifications with this pattern. The pattern does not call for it, but I went down a needle size for the neck ribbing. The pattern also does not call for it, but I added in short rows at the top of the back neckline to raise that up just a little bit. And yeah, the pattern also has optional bust shaping, which I did also include. And yeah, it's almost there. Just the sleeves to go. And I mean, I just feel like this is like the most epic, perfect fall sweater. So I'm hopeful that this will be done like end of September, just in time to wear it all October. The other day I pulled out an oldie, friends, an oldie. Oktoberfest socks. It's been years, friends. It's been years. I think I cast these on in 2022. Yeah, because I was knitting on these. I remember sitting in the cemetery that's like up on top of the hill above Glasgow, and I was knitting on this sock. This exact sock. I hung out in the cemetery for a while and had a little knit. It was really nice. But I cast these socks on for that trip. So it's like, okay, yeah, it was 2022 and I'm still not done. 3 years. 3 years I've been working on these socks. I don't want to fiddle with it. It's too fiddly. It's just too fiddly. I'm finally somehow through the heel, so I am on the gusset decreases, and I just have to point out the little anatomical diagram that I have accidentally made with my pink sock and my Chiogu red lace cables. Yeah, so I'm working my way down the decreases on the gusset and this lovely cable panel that is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, these socks are stunning, but I do not do well with fiddly knits. They take me a long, long, long time. So this yarn is from Hazel Knits, which is a dyer out of Seattle, Washington. I have been a fan of their yarn since I lived up in the Pacific Northwest. Really great colors. They do tonals like nothing else, and I love a good tonal. I'm a sucker for a good tonal. Yeah, gorgeous. And the colorway, Taos. That's why I bought them. I was buying yarn for another project, and they always do like a color of the month that's on sale. So I was like, oh, let's just go and see what their color of the month happens to be this month. And it was Taos. And I was like, okay, well, I have to buy them. Yeah. You're gonna send the Taos yarn to Taos, and it's mine. It's mine. So pretty. Yeah, so I pulled this out the other day and put in a few rows on it. I don't think they're gonna be done for Oktoberfest this year. If I really tried, they could be. If I really tried, they could be. I don't think I'm really going to try, though, because I don't think I'm probably going to any sort of Oktoberfest celebration. So they'll be done for next year. 4-year socks. 4-year socks. Oh, okay. I have two more whips to show you. This one I cast on. There we go. Yeah, this has been in here for a minute. I cast this on in the spring or at the beginning of summer. Oh, I remember. I cast this on before the Arroyo Seco Fiber Fest, which was the first weekend in June, because I'm knitting this out of my own yarn, and I wanted to be knitting something. Oh, I'm in the middle of a row. Amazing. Amazing. in the middle of a lace row, no less, in the middle of a lace repeat. Fantastic. Yeah. So I'm knitting this out of my own yarn. The colorway is ochre. And it is dyed with Navajo tea flowers that I harvested along the roadside outside of Abiquiu. So the color has a really good story. I love a good tonal. I have to admit, I love a good tonal. Oh God, yeah. So this pattern is out of Lane magazine. I'm not sure which issue. I can probably tell you because I have my Ravelry up. Oh hey, it's 11/11, Make a Wish. Yes, Tortoise Shell, that's what it's called. By Tin Can Knits. Lane magazine issue 6. I was gonna say issue 41. Yeah, like that's not right. Anyway, it's simple triangular shawl with your spine with the increases down the center. And it's all stockinette in the first half, and then it goes into this really nice lace motif for the bottom. And it's worsted weight yarn. It's knit on pretty chunky needles, size US 7s. So it knits up pretty quickly, and I really love the look of the chunky lace in this. I actually knit this pattern once before, and I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was just beautiful. There we go, I laid it out a little bit flatter. So I'm not even like through one chart repeat yet. But yeah, I need to get back to this one because my thinking for this was I wanted a big ass shawl that I could wrap around me like 2 or 3 times for this fall so I can sit outside on patios. That was my thinking. I want to be wrapped up in a giant blanket sitting on a patio in the crisp fall air. That's what this is. So yeah, I just need to get back to this one. I was doing pretty good on it, but then the whole move situation started happening. And honestly, that copy of Lane magazine got packed up with, I think, my office stuff because it was like sitting next to my computer, and I haven't quite found it again yet. So I need to track down that copy of Lane, and then I can get back to this one because I really would like to have this done within like a month, which seems possible. If I feel motivated. So one more whip. There's other whips, but I haven't touched those, so we're not going to talk about that. And I haven't touched this one either, but I don't think I've showed it to you. This was my birthday cast on, and my birthday was in May. So I knit on this furiously for about 3 weeks. I was obsessed. My birthday's at the beginning of May, so this was like my May knitting. And it's pretty epic. Guys, it's the iris sweater. Yeah. This is like one of those magnum opus knits. I feel like it's a whole thing. Yeah, drop shoulder all over color work. I'm knitting it out of the recommended yarn, but not the recommended colors. It is Holst Garden Super Soft. So I picked up a smattering of Holst Garden when I was in Amsterdam last fall. I went to Stephen and Penelope and went on a bit of a spree. And I bought a bunch of Holst Garden. And I just kind of like picked some colors at random and said, I'm gonna do something color work, right? I don't know what, but I'm gonna do something color work, Holst Garden. And this is my first time using Holst Garden too. Holst Garden Super Soft. I've always heard such good things about it, but I've never worked with it myself. I'm still a little bit on the fence. We'll see. So the thing with Hulk Guard is it transforms when you block it. And I don't know, I think you can probably tell. Try and just kind of tuck that under. The difference from the swatch to the in progress, like it blooms, it softens, it evens out. Yeah, the fabric on my swatch seems a lot nicer. It feels a lot nicer. The work in progress feels pretty rough and kind of ropey, I guess. And that is because the Holstgarden Super Soft still has the spinning oil in it. So it doesn't take its final form until you wash it again when you block it. So yeah, like looking at my tension on here, it looks pretty awful, honestly. Like pretty freaking awful. But looking at my tension in the swatch, it looks like fine. It's fine. Yeah. So it'll be fine. I did swap some of the colors around after I did the swatch. That is another really good reason to swatch because I realized like these two next to each other were just not enough contrast. So I ended up swapping my green. So I have this brighter green up here now. And I used the darker green for the foliage where I had it opposite in the swatch. So yeah, I was just able to kind of, you know, play around with that a little bit too. So the thing with this project and what stalled me is I was just knitting away, furiously knitting away for a few weeks. And then I was like, oh, I should measure. I'm probably about to where I should be for the bottom of the sleeve. So the sleeves are going to be steeked open. So I have my steek stitches there. A little ladder in the middle. And then you need to bind off the steek stitches and then join for where the underarm is going to be, right? And then start knitting in the round for the body. So I knit too far. And now I'm in this conundrum of, do I rip back an inch and a half of this all over color work? Or do I just let the sleeves be slightly deeper? Like it still doesn't seem like that excessive to me, like where it is. So I just kind of got stuck at that point and I set it aside and I haven't worked on it all summer. So I'm gonna need to decide on that here pretty soon. If I want, I really hate frogging. I hate frogging. The fact that I unraveled and re-knit that entire orange sweater is a freaking miracle. Like, seriously. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I frog back an inch and a half to make these sleeves proportionate to what the pattern says? Or should I just go ahead and make them as deep as they are right now and just carry on with the body, bind off my steek stitches on the next row, and just go forward? What do you think? Yeah. There's a lot of colors in here. I'm not going to go through everything. Sorry. So that's everything I am working on right now. I am looking down to my left. I'm looking directions. I'm looking down to my right. I'm looking over to my left. And I'm just seeing piles and piles of things that need repair. I've got a few socks over here that have little holes. I've got, yeah, a couple sweaters and like a cowl over here where it's like there's like one stitch that's gotten snagged or something. And it's like, I just need to get in there and do it, but I'm just not doing it. I'm like working on new things instead of fixing the old things, which is a problem I think a lot of us probably have. I'll need to have a dedicated fixing day pretty soon. I do have space at my new place here for my dye studio. It's just about as much space as I had in my old place, which was not very much. So I will still be doing some dyeing. I'm going to be back up in Taos at the Taos Wools Fest in October. I'm also really itching to get my spinning wheel out. I picked up some spinning fiber here at the Santa Fe Farmers Market one weekend, and I got some spinning fiber when I was up in Maine as well. So I really want to get my spinning wheel out, but honestly, I haven't figured out where I'm gonna store my spinning wheel yet. This place is smaller than my last place by like 300 square feet. So like it's not a ton smaller, but I'm really having a hard time finding places to put things. There's a lot more walls in this house. My old place was just a lot of open space that I could kind of divide and separate however I wanted to. But this is an older house, so it's like a lot of small rooms, which is proving to be a little bit of a decorating challenge. I also really want to get my loom back out and start making some more scarves. Again, I need to figure out the whole workstation situation in this new space. I am in the middle of setting up my little sewing nook and trying to reorganize all of my fabrics and notions into a different space with different limitations, and it just feels like I'm never going to get everything done. But I'm sure I will. I've been telling my friends that the reason I'm looking forward to fall, I think, is not so much like the cozy vibes. It's just I know that by fall, I'm gonna be settled. Like everything's gonna finally be done. And in fall, I'll be able to just like say, okay, I live here now and I can make a life, right? But until then, I'm still gonna have mirrors on the floor that I haven't hung up yet. There's Gertie. Hi, Gertie. Say hi to the people. Oh, yeah. Mirrors that I haven't hung up yet, and the couch that doesn't exist yet, the camp chair that I've just been living in. Yeah. Awesome. So anyway, and you guys also got to see, yeah, the boxes on the floor and the fluff that the dog has pulled out, and the wardrobe door that the cat keeps opening. Yeah. I swear to God, I look around my house and I'm like, it is such a mess in here. And then I look around and I'm like, no, none of this is mine. This is all from animals. Like, this is all my pet's mess. There's like dog toys and exploded dog toys and ripped up bags and things. And it's like, yeah, none of this is from me. I'm not that bad. It's just all these fuzzy things. Anyway. Yeah. So it was nice to chat with you guys again. And I hope that I see you again soon and my mojo comes back and I just have so much that I have to share that I'm going to be compelled to record once a week. That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. It's a nice thought, but no. All right. It was great sitting and chatting with you guys and talking about all of my knits. I'm feeling more inspired. And yeah, I don't really have any big plans this weekend. I might go on a mushroom foraging group on Monday. I haven't officially signed up for it yet, but I think I'm going to try and go on Monday. I've been trying to do this for the last few weeks and the schedule just keeps not working out, whatever. But I thought that would be fun and it'll be a neat way to meet some new people and learn some new things and get up in the mountains. So yeah. Other than that, I'm unpacking and I'm crafting this weekend and I'm getting this place organized and I'm getting all of my boxes out into the recycling and they're not going to be on my front porch anymore. Yeah, so my goal is next week to start recording a vlog. I'm saying this out loud. I don't know that this will actually be seen by you, but maybe it will be. Next week, I'm recording a vlog on my front porch with my coffee, no box in sight. Deal? See you guys next time.